Let me get a lights. Let me get a camera. Let me get a action. What up, my people? What up, my people? If this video found you, that means this reading was meant especially just for you and your journey, your own personal journey. Now, this reading is for male or female. You do not have to be a female to resonate with this message. All right? Let's see what you guys need to hear for this evening. I feel really good about this one, you guys. All right, we got the Magician. We got the Magician to spice things up. Well, I'm sensing that you guys are already a delight, a spicy individual. Not common is what I'm hearing. You're not common. Of course you're not common. You weren't born to fit in. You were born to stand out. Oh yeah. You never benefited from the most popular belief system. You never really cared about what other people were talking about. Half the time, let's say you were in high school, even people in your own friend group, you would just kind of like nod along and do a little fake giggle here and there because you just weren't really that interested in what people were talking about. You notice that a lot of people have nothing to say. Nothing good to say a lot of the time. Maybe you were quiet growing up. Maybe you still are. Maybe you're an introvert. Sensing that you are. And now, if you don't know this already, you're going to be stepping into a whole new phase of your life sooner rather than later. It's just the next cycle. The next cycle. Have a feeling you were feeling a bit low. Actually, a lot of lows. Very low. For a long time. Maybe most of your life. You felt low. I'm hearing not anymore. Not anymore. Not for too much longer. Not for too much longer, guys. But it may not feel like it at the moment. Yeah, you've never been recognized. You were never appreciated. You were never told that you have some really good shit to say. 'Cause you do. But nobody wanted to tell you that. They didn't want you to know that. Because they knew who you really were. But they didn't want you to see your magic. They didn't want you to know that you're the magician. You can manifest anything that you want. The thing is, these people that made you feel this way, they can't get whatever they want. And there's a reason for that. They don't believe in manifestation because they don't believe in themselves. It's all a belief system when it comes to getting what you want. And a lot of these people that put you down, that isolated you, that made you feel weird, they could have even called you awkward or something like that. Those types of people, they don't get what they want. And if it seems like they got what they want, they stole it from somebody else. Not everything is what it seems. A lot of people have to steal from others in order to get ahead. But that's besides the point. Anyways, you're gonna start seeing very, very soon that you are magical. I'll just tell it like it is. You're magical. And that's why you never really vibed with many people. You weren't supposed to. People that are magic are only supposed to be around other people that are also magic. But I am sensing that you haven't found these people yet. Because if you did find these people, oh boy, you would have been famous by now. So you were always made to believe that you never had magic within you. But you do. And you can get whatever you want. But the thing is, you never believed it, first of all, but also you never pictured what it is that you actually wanted. Maybe when you close your eyes and you see things, you only see negative things. Maybe you have a hard time picturing the future of these magical things happening for you. And there's a reason for this, because you were told to believe that you were made to have this square life that everybody else has. So when you were never made to have beliefs that are outside of this square belief system, obviously you're not going to picture yourself, it's going to be harder for you to manifest, because you don't even think it's possible, because you have to see it in your mind before it can manifest into real life, into reality. Everything that you picture is your reality. Yep. So if you're picturing nothing but negative things happening to you, or if you're picturing yourself lonely in the future, if you're picturing yourself never getting married, never having kids, never having money, not being rich, if you think that it's just some fantasy and not your reality, that's where you're mistaken. I want you guys to realize that you are your own fantasy. I'll say it again. You are your own fantasy. They call dragons and castles and things like that, they call it fantasy. People think that magic isn't real. You know that they want you to think this way? Because all of it has to do with your belief system. If you don't believe in magic, you're never going to find yours. All right? Now, you are going to find yours. This is the confirmation right here. Okay? No matter who made you feel small, no matter who made you feel like you were worthless, like you had nothing to give, like you had no skills, you probably grew up feeling like you had no value. I want you to know that you are an extremely lovable individual. And if nobody ever told you that, confirmation, my cat was like, meow. He was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yes. Yes. You're such a loving individual that you never see it because everybody that you're surrounded by, they're the exact opposite. Think about that for a second, all right? So now, you've been feeling like so this is the reality. You've been carrying everybody else's baggage, everybody else's belief systems. You made them your own. Just because everybody else around you has a square life, they haven't found true love, they hate their job, could be anything. You think just because these people that you're surrounded by, like they act like they're content. You think that they're content. You know, these people are playing a part for a reason. They act like they're content with their square, unfortunate life, their boring life, their heartless life, their low frequency vibration. They try to make you feel like you have the low vibration. Now that's the most fucked up part that it is. That is so fucked up. And it makes you feel like you're carrying all this extra weight because of the words that these people put in your head. And it's not even the reality, because you guys are the magician, y'all. You guys are the magician. Did you know that? Yeah. Well, you know it now, because I'm telling you, I'm the one that's reminding you. Maybe you were never told this. And believe me, not everybody is the magician. But you are. You know why? Because you clicked on this video, and because this video found you. It's like magic. Well, bam. Yeah. That's right. If you don't believe it, you better stop believing it now. Do you believe in magic? Because you're about to. Oh, yeah. All right. So you're going to have to put this extra baggage down, guys. All right. If you want to reach the top of the mountain. All right. The reason why you haven't reached the top of that mountain yet is because nobody around you has reached the top of that mountain. All right. Do you see anybody around you that is where you want to be at in life? All right. Do you see anybody around you in your inner circle that is rich? Have they found the love of their life? Are they happy? Or do they just gossip 24/7? Do they just put people down all the time? Are they nothing but negativity? Do they spark you up? Do they light you up? Are they thrilling to be around, or do they just lower your vibe? Do you feel drained after you see them? Or are you excited after you see them? I'm telling you, the people that you're supposed to be around that want to share your magic with you, they're going to make you want to dance around. You know? They're going to make you feel like magic. You're going to feel like your true self, guys. You know that feeling where you randomly feel good as hell for no reason? And you're just like, yeah. You're just living in the moment. The negative thoughts aren't getting to you. You know why? Because the people that, if you're surrounded by good people, or maybe you feel this feeling by yourself, it doesn't matter. You notice how when you're by yourself, you get that feeling much more than when you're around people? You ever think about that? Because you're in your own energetic field when you're by yourself, if you don't have any good people around you in your inner circle. All right? So a lot of times when you're around people, this is why you try to avoid people. You know? Like even your closest friends. You know, it's why you always want to drink around them. It's why you always want to do drugs with them. Maybe. I don't know for sure. Because the only reason why you guys are friends is because you both share the same addictions. But think about it. Take out the drugs and the alcohol. You don't have anything in common. I bet you. I don't know for sure. I'm just saying. All right? Now, you guys have been in this for the long haul. You've been doing the self-work, I'm sensing. But lately, you've been starting to feel like you're not really getting anywhere anymore. And there's a reason for this. Because you need to put down some of this unnecessary weight. Now, this could be mental. This could be spiritual. It could be in your environment. I'm having a big feeling that for a lot of you, it's your environment. It could be your job. Could be your spouse. Could be a parent. Hell, it could even be one of your siblings. It could be anybody. All right? It's these people that you're around where you share all this exciting news and it's like they don't want to hear the good news. They'll be like, oh, that's cool. But here's the part. And maybe I'm going off on a tangent. Maybe I'm changing the subject here, but I feel like I should. You know, it's like you're at Thanksgiving dinner or something. You notice how you're the only one that people seem interested in? Like if you stop talking, like nobody would talk at all. Like they need to know everything about your life. And then if you stop talking, it's so awkward. It's so awkward. It's because you guys bring the vitality to the whole table. You guys bring the vitality to everybody's life. That's why they have to talk shit around you all the time. They have to bring you down all the time to their level. Because they can tell that you're outshining them. Yeah. Think of it like this. Yeah. I got the King of Wands over here. He's making an appearance, but he came out in reversed. So you know what that's telling me, guys? Well, the King of Wands is the ultimate power figure. That's how people feel when they're around you. They're like, woo! But you can't see it. They can see it in you, but you can't. Yeah, that's why you don't feel magical. Because you don't even see it. But I'm telling you, other people see it. And that's why people are so... Ooh, now this is about to get deep. Most likely, almost everybody that you've ever been surrounded by, they've never wanted to see you win. Ever. And now they'll do this in subtle ways, of course. They can't make it obvious, because then you would get the fuck away from them. Let's keep going here. Yeah, the King of Wands is courageous. He's bold. He's outspoken. He stands up for himself. He takes his power into action. My cats are going nuts in the other room. That's a confirmation. And now, these people try to keep you down on their level because they know exactly who you are. They know that you have that King of Wands energy, whether you're male or female. They can see that ultimate power within you that you don't see. It's like a moth to a flame, these people. They're the moth and you're the flame. But you've never seen your flame. That's why you've never stepped away from these people. All right? These people know exactly who you are. And that's the biggest misconception that people don't understand. They're like, oh, well, they're my best friend. I grew up with this person. You know, we go way back. We go way back, you know? But, whew, deep down, yeah, they know exactly who you are. Confirmation, King of Swords. They know exactly who you are. This is about, King of Swords is about cutthroat truth. They tell it how it is. They know. I keep hearing they know. They know who you are. They're always watching. You see the owl here? They're always watching. Always watching you. You might be one to overshare a lot more than them. And they might be making up stories based off of what you overshare just to go along with your narrative so that you'll never question them. And you're going to know who these people are because as soon as you begin to rise into your most full potential, as soon as you start making a lot of money, like more money than them, you're going to naturally start to slowly fall away from these people for a reason. Because unfortunately, when you elevate, confirmation, you can't take everybody with you. Because you are often like the 5 people that you hang out with the most. All right, now, if the 5 people you hang out with the most are people that are content with minimum wage, they might be content. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be the same thing that I'm saying. I'm seeing that they're content with drinking every night, meeting up after work and smoking a J in the parking lot every night, which there's really nothing bad with weed, but you're going to notice that the higher that you elevate, you're going to understand that even weed can't come with you at some point. You're going to understand that because the weed takes away your full potential. And a lot of people don't understand that. And you notice how all of your closest friends, they're all smoking it too, but they're also not where you want to be at either. Hey, I'm right there with you. I smoked for like 12 years, every day. I'm right there with you. You know? Thing with like smoking is like, it keeps you very content with having a square life. Because while you're high, you're content in the moment because you feel good. And then if you're smoking all day, by the end of the day, you have no energy to pursue what you actually want to pursue. 8 of Wands, exactly. Confirmation, guys. 8 of Wands is about swift action, swift movement, putting in the work. All right, now, these people that you are around, they don't want you. Oh, confirmation, look at this, guys. Confirmation, 8 of Swords. Oh, sorry, 5 of Swords. My bad. 5 of Swords. Yeah, these people want you to, with their own negative talks and self-beliefs, they want you to feel confused so that you can never find your own magic. For real, guys. For real. I'm just being honest. I'm trying to help you see that you have the magic. You just gotta be around the right people that see it in you, that aren't gonna cloud up the way you see yourself. Alright? Just because these people around you, you know, they're so content and they don't want to make any changes. You know, they are the types of people, they always have to point the finger at other people and judge people. You know, it's like, but what are you doing to change your life? You know, you want to be around people that lift you up, people that inspire you. People, you want to surround yourself with people, like those people that you want to be just like. And not in a way where like just somebody that's just famous, you know. You want it to be somebody that you want to act like them. Like they have positive traits. You know, they lift people up. You know, they're not only successful, but they embody the spirit of someone that you want to be similar to. Like they have a similar frequency that you want to align with. You know, they live a lifestyle that you want to live. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull a couple more. I would say a couple and then I keep going, but we'll see. Let's see. All right, what else do my peoples need to hear? right, T. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys have infinite possibilities. I have the wheel here, which tells me that you guys have this aura about you. And if you haven't started to step into this yet, you're about to. And you're going to realize that all these people are like, they're literally being rejected off of your aura. Like they're bouncing off of your vibes. Like they don't align with you anymore. And no matter how hard they try, it's like you don't even have anything to talk about anymore because you just aren't even into the same things anymore. You don't value the same things. You know, they might, this is so random and I'm just going to say it. For instance, you guys ever, I've never even seen the movie Wicked, but think about it. The name Wicked, something about it tells me that I shouldn't watch it because it just sounds like wicked. I don't want to watch anything with, if you believe in manifestation, you know, it just seems kind of evil to me. Wicked, you know what I mean? Like, wicked cool maybe, but when you think about the aspect of it, like you might have a friend that's into like those kind of movies and they like they're obsessed over Wicked. Why are they obsessed with wicked things? That's strange, right? It doesn't have to be the exact situation. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to be, I don't know, relatable here, okay? So, some of the things that come up, I know they come up for a reason. They come up for a reason, all right? That's why I share it. Now, you guys are stepping into this aura where you're getting to know yourself. And now you're realizing once you get to know yourself, yeah, everybody can't come with you because these people that you were surrounded with, they don't know themselves at all. Obviously, they don't know themselves if they're into low vibrational things. You know? Wicked Witch of the West. I don't know why that just came up. I really don't. Maybe that'll make sense for you. All right? Now, you are being called to separate yourselves from these types of people. All right? It might get lonely at first. It's supposed to be lonely at first. All right? The kind of journey that you're on, it's a very special journey. You might feel a little bit isolated at first. Sometimes you have to go into full hermit mode to connect with yourself, to find your spirit, to connect with all that there is. In order to connect with your highest self, with who you really are, you have to raise your vibration a little bit, okay? And you're going to notice that as your vibration rises, as you start to eliminate the baggage that's holding you back, when you begin to eliminate these blockages, that's when you start to see yourself for who you really are. That's when you start to see your infinite potential. Nobody is able to hold you back anymore. Once you start to truly see yourself and your magic. Once you start to see yourself, that's when you start to understand that you hold all the power. You hold all the magic. And since the Magician card, since this guy made an appearance, that means this is you guys. You are magic. All right? You can create miracles with your hands, with your thoughts, with your vibration, with the action. Now, action is important. You know, you obviously have to put in the work. You got to work towards something along with your visualizations. All right? Don't worry about being lonely. You're going to realize as soon as you start to elevate too, and as soon as you might start to pull back from these people, something might have happened where it completely shook up your entire reality. And now these friends, maybe they weren't there for you when something happened to you and it kind of showed their true colors, but this doesn't have to be the exact experience here. And that really showed you your true colors. Your true colors. It showed who you really were. and it showed you that those people weren't made to align with the higher version of yourself and who you really are. All right. Now you're being guided to take some time for yourself here. We have Four of Swords here. I don't know if you guys have ever sat back and nestled and completely isolated yourself. And I'm hearing it's time to heal your heart. You might recently have felt like you have a broken heart. It doesn't have to be the situation though. Someone might have broken your heart. Maybe someone close to you. I don't know for sure. All right. Now, I know this period is needed. This rest period is needed because look at this. You guys are almost at the finish line here. All right. You're almost at the finish line. And you can't make it to the finish line unless you rest right now. All right. You're going to injure yourself if you don't. Not only injure your body, it's not only that your body is going to give out, but if you don't rest your mind, you can't charge the magic, if that makes sense. You know, you need to recharge in order to create that spark. It's like you can't light the match. You can't light the candle without the match or without the lighter. You need to let go of this weight in order to become lighter. You know, maybe you need to change your diet. Maybe that's creating extra baggage. Could be anything. You know, whatever resonates for you. You know, nobody wants to rest, especially you guys. I feel like you guys love being on your feet. I'm assuming that, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming that you have a job where you're on your feet all day long, most likely. Don't know for sure though. Wow, this card really doesn't want me to. I'm having a hard time picking up this card right now. Oh wow, okay. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that, guys. There's always a reason. All right. So, yeah. I have Five of Pentacles here. The current state of mind is not letting you find. The current state of mind is not letting you find the key that leads you to your ambitions, that leads you on this path of finding your light. Yeah, they're trying to keep you in the dark. Whatever situation you're currently in is keeping you in shambles, I'm hearing. You might not even understand how low you actually are because you're so dissatisfied with life. I don't know for sure, but the cards never lie. You feel like you can't find the key because you can't even pull your head up and get there. There's too much baggage. There's too much karmic energy. Too many people are weighing you down. It's everybody that you're around. It's your job, confirmation. It's everybody that's surrounding you right now. They're holding you back. They're not letting you. You have too many distractions. That's what I'm getting here. Yep. Let that resonate for you. Ask yourself, what do you really think is holding you back? You might not want to leave this certain situation because maybe you're financially free because of this. But you got to weigh out your options here. Sometimes the path that you're supposed to go on, it's isolating, it's challenging. Things don't manifest right off the bat. It takes some inner soul searching. You might not make as much as you made at first. You might not make anything for a little while. But I have a feeling that if this video found you, you have enough to support yourself until you get there. So you're being guided to take that leap right now, guys. The cards never lie. I know you have the ambition. You might be scared. Nothing worth doing is easy. You already know that. I know the feeling of actually making that leap. It's overwhelming for you. You don't know if it's going to work out. But if you believe in yourself, if you believe in magic, if you believe in your potential, it will. And this is proof right here. The Magician with the Three of Wands. This is proof. You can achieve anything you want with action and intention. It all starts from within. Now you have a choice. Do you want to enter this new timeline? I know you might feel like you're not ready. You know you are, though, deep down. And this is all the confirmation that you need. All right, let me get one more for the final message here. One more for the final message. Oh yeah, I like this one. I like what I'm hearing, guys. Oh yeah. So, yeah, you have a lot of people against you. All right? You might not even know this. Almost everybody in your environment is against you. And if you stay in your environment, you're not going to get there. But you already know this. You already know this. You just aren't ready to make the leap. You think it's not your time yet. The cards don't lie. The cards are telling you that it is your time. And you can do it. You just need that extra push. You need someone to tell you that they believe in you. I do believe in you, and you can do it. All right? Right now, you're being guided to protect your energy. Stand up for yourself. Find your inner light. Visualize that inner light inside of you. Know that that's you. Know that that feeling that you get when you randomly feel all good for no reason, that doesn't come from anybody outside of you. That feeling is you. Protect your mind, protect your thoughts, because the more you protect whatever's going on in your head and choosing the thoughts that make you feel good versus the thoughts that make you feel bad, that's how you stay protected. That's how you manifest whatever you want, and that's how you become purely magical, because that's who you really are. That is the final message, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.